What's going on, everybody? It's Games from Almost in Full Color. Today's video, we're going to be talking about probably the greatest handheld gaming controller that you can buy right now. That is the PowerA MOGA XP7-X Plus. And here's why. So this controller is one of those controllers where it holds the phone in the middle of it and connects via Bluetooth, and you can game on it that way. That way you can have an actual physical controller in your hands, and you don't have to worry about sitting your phone on like some stand or maybe propping it up on a kickstand or something like that to game. It's kind of like an all-in-one solution and turns it into a Switch, kind of a Steam Deck form factor. Probably one of the biggest features on this controller that kind of gives it an edge over probably all the other ones in the market. I haven't seen any other that gives you this feature, is the wireless charging. This controller actually comes equipped with a 2000 milliamp hour power bank, which gives you the ability to wirelessly charge your phone while you're playing on it. So that really right there is a game changer. Now, we know when we're doing cloud gaming and things like that, it's not too big of a power draw on the phone, but just having the ability to switch on that charging if you want. Maybe your phone is just running low for the day, or maybe you just don't want it to actually eat in your phone at all. If you're going to play for maybe an hour or two and you want to keep your phone charged, you can literally have it charging the entire time it's playing, which is a great feature. Now, as I said, you can switch it on and switch it off when you want, and that button is actually right here. So if you want to keep it off, obviously it's there. You switch it over and it starts wirelessly charging your phone. Sadly, the phone I was using to show you guys the NVIDIA Cloud Gaming gameplay, that phone is not equipped with wireless charging, but it does charge the iPhone. So you can see here, as soon as I switch on the button, it actually starts charging immediately, which is super cool and can definitely extend those longer play sessions you may have with your phone. Now, as you can see, this controller is definitely built around the Xbox form factor. So anyone who enjoys playing with Xbox controllers, I mean, you're going to feel right at home here. One of the greatest parts about these controllers, or this controller, that's actually a little better in my opinion than the Backbone and other controllers like that, is that they do a good job of actually offsetting this right analog stick. A lot of them, especially on the Switch, one of my biggest gripes about the Switch Joy-Cons is that they take this and they kind of slide it right under the buttons. So you have like a weird angle with your thumb you have to use. So kind of having them offset a little bit definitely helps that. Also, if you need to wonder like where your battery power is for your actual controller, you hit that button there and it shows you. You have your little 4 lights right here. Tells you obviously 25, 50, 75, 100% battery remaining. You can see here we only have 50% because we've actually been using this thing. Like I said, it's probably my favorite handheld controller right now. Also down here at the bottom is where you can switch the controller from Bluetooth connection to USB connection. So if you're playing on PC, or if you for some reason wanted to use this controller on your actual Xbox, you can switch it over to USB and you can directly hardwire it in. Obviously, the Bluetooth connection still works with your PC as well if you wanted to play via Bluetooth. For all of my latency nerds out there, or my latency snobs, you're probably wondering, well, can you connect it via USB to your actual phone when you're doing cloud gaming or when you're just playing games on your phone, period? Technically, yes. Now, the only issue with that is that once you do plug it into your phone via the USB cord, it's going to immediately start charging itself from your phone. So, if your phone has a big enough battery to kind of withstand that extra pull, yeah, you can do it, but I honestly don't see why you would, because it's going to pull your battery pretty quickly. But really, to me, the latency from the Bluetooth was really not even noticeable. I was playing a lot of games with this, and obviously it felt just like I was playing on console. So maybe, like I said, if you're a super latency snob and you feel like you can really tell the difference, then maybe you might want to steer clear from this one, because it's really not viable over USB for a phone, although technically you can do it. So for those of you wondering exactly how much more of a power draw it is if you do decide to play via USB and allow the controller to charge off your phone as you play, well, you can see here, I tried to run a quick strike on Destiny. I actually didn't even get to finish it. So I only got to play for about 11 minutes. And in that 11 minutes, I went from 59% battery to 54. Now, if you remember back, I said that it took about 7% of battery to play for an hour when I'm playing over Bluetooth. So you can see that it's probably around, say, give or take about a 4 times power draw. So you're going to lose about 4 times more battery playing if you allow it to charge off your phone while you play via USB. But I mean, it is doable. Like if you start off with a full battery, you probably could get by with it. But I just figured I'd let you guys know in case you were willing to make that sacrifice for a little bit better latency time. Another great part about this phone is that it actually comes with two rear buttons right here. Both of these are completely mappable. You can change them while you're in the middle of the game anytime you want. You can map them to whatever you want these two buttons to do. I'm not somebody who actually uses this, but I guess if you're a first person shooter player, maybe Apex or something along those lines, and you kind of want to map these buttons to do maybe a quick action for you, you can do that. Like I said, I've never actually used these on any controller I have, but I know for some of you gamers out there that this is a big thing, so it's good that they included this on the controller as well. So if you want to turn it on, all you do is hit this Xbox button up here. You hold it, you see it pops on. And then when you want to put it in the pairing mode, you have your little Bluetooth button up here. You hold that down for a few seconds, and then it should go into like a rapid pulse. There it is. Okay. And now you're actually in pairing mode, and it should show up on your device. You can select it, pair up, and then you're good to go. It takes like maybe 10-15 seconds max, and you're already using the thing. So this is actually what it looks like with my phone in it. For any of you wondering what phone this is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 11 Pro. I hate every time I have to say that because it is, I don't know, it's just difficult to say. But yeah, I mean, you can see it definitely adds some width to it. I honestly, it doesn't feel any different to me. I mean, maybe it's just really wide to some people, but it feels no different than playing a Steam Deck or a Switch or old school Game Gear. If any of you guys have played that, feels right in that alley for me. One of the great things about this though is the analog sticks. Like they feel just like you're using a regular console controller. They feel just really authentic. The one gripe maybe you can have is that it does have like a little flex. So like if you're somebody who like really wants to bear on it, you'll feel it bend. Uh, it's hard to kind of knock the controller for that though because it has this extension built into it. So as long as it extends like that, I really don't see how they could keep it super firm. But for what it's actually able to do, the size is able to actually take giggity. Um, it actually works really well and feels really sturdy in the hand. So kudos to them on that. Also, they have these little brackets down here so that your phone kind of rests against. So when you're playing like this, you don't have to worry about your phone dropping out. It actually hugs the phone pretty well, and it gives you like a firm feel that you don't feel like your phone is loose in there or going to fall out or anything like that. Also, when we take our phone out, you can see another great feature is that they have these rubber inserts right there. And that actually does a great job if you're somebody who doesn't have a case on your phone, like clearly I don't. It does a great job of making sure that it doesn't get damaged. So that's good as well. Now, one of the drawbacks, not a drawback to me, but seems like everyone now is really on the USB-C train except for PowerA. Unfortunately, it does still use the micro USB to charge the controller. I have a ton of these sitting around, so it's really not a problem. Of course, it comes with one as well to charge it. But a lot of people did gripe that they didn't switch over to USB-C, seeing as it is 2022 and everything has kind of transitioned to USB-C. So I guess if you're someone who is a big USB-C person, you may be a little disappointed that they still stuck with the mini USB here, probably to, cut costs a little bit, very little bit, I would assume. But I guess when you're making hundreds of thousands of these, that does add up. All right, so that's pretty much going to wrap up the review of the controller here. Like I said, it's really great. To me, it's the number one controller that you can buy for handheld gaming right now, especially if you're a big cloud gamer on something like Stadia, GeForce Now, xCloud. Maybe if you're one of the 5 Luna people out there, kudos to you. But I'm actually one of the 5, so don't feel bad. I'm in that boat with you. But other than that, it's great. To me, it's number one just because you get the wireless charging feature. I know a lot of people actually do like the Nacon controller as well. So, but that one doesn't do the wireless charging. That's why this one is still number one for me, and that one is a solid 2. But you really can't go wrong. Like I said, if you're somebody who doesn't care about wireless charging, both of these I think come in at either right at the same price or really close to it. So, I mean, to me, I don't know why you wouldn't go with the wireless charging unless your phone doesn't support it. And obviously, then, that wouldn't be a feature for you. Just to point out, this thing does come with a kickstand. I lost it like immediately because I don't know why you would want a kickstand. I guess they feel like that you would like sit your phone against it and then just use this as a regular controller if you wanted to. But it's still it's a lot more firm like when it's closed, but I just don't know why you would ever want to use this as just a regular controller, not stick your phone there and have it right in front of your face. So the kickstand's there, but it just feels really pointless to me. Maybe you guys will find some use for it, and maybe it'll actually be a good thing for you. But with that being said, that's going to wrap up this review. And as always, thanks for supporting the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.